Hello everybody, my name is Leslie Von Metnitz and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I just wanted to get on here really quick tonight and show you a quick little card that I put together, which I really haven't put it together yet, but I just got all the pieces ready and we're going to just assemble it together, and it's going to use More Messages stamp set. I think we just go like that. And so it's got all these different sentiments. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, if I counted right. And then the die is really cool because it's just one big piece. So you stamp this onto a big piece of paper, and then you just die cut the whole thing out at once. And then it's going to just end up like this. And I just went through and did a bunch of different colors. So I've got my greens and my pinks and my whites, and so yeah, I just decided I'd have a lot ready to go, and that way I can use them whenever I choose. They're great little sentiments, so it'll be really easy to make a card just by grabbing those. So we're going to take our card base is going to be 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. We're going to use our bone folder, tighten it up a little bit, and this is Secret C I'm using. Secret C is this year's, one of this year's in colors. So we're going to use that as our card base, and then we're going to take our next piece here is going to be Darling Duckling, and that's going to be our mat. So we're going to just glue real quick on our edges. And I really didn't like these adhesive runners when I first switched from the snail, because I couldn't get them to work right. But I'm finding that if you give it just that little bit of pressure when you first start and hold it more up and down rather than flat, it seems to work better for me anyways. So we're gonna just put a couple strips there. I'm gonna try and center it. So a lot of times I use green glue, and I like green glue because my border is off just a little bit there, but I'm gonna send it to my sister. So if you ever have a card that you just don't know if it's the best one you've ever made, you've always got someone in your family who's going to appreciate it no matter what. So that's usually when I send it to my sister and tell her, you know, you can fix it. Sometimes I've made cards that open the wrong direction. So instead of opening like this, I thought I just did it again. Instead of opening like that, I would be like, oops, it opened the wrong way, which would be fine, but your flowers would be like raining flowers. So then we've got, this is one of the greetings sentiments from that, wow, from, yeah, from the More Messages. Wow, I can't believe I just forgot that one. The paper is actually Florals in Bloom, DSP, so I wrote myself notes just so I wouldn't forget. And how's that working for me? So here we cut this card base here. We cut the mat at 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then we did the floral mat on top of that is 3 3/4 by 5. And that way it just gives it a nice little layering effect. And then we're going to see if we can get this glued on there a little bit. We're going to glue this guy right on the very edge of this white. If you didn't get it all the way to the edge, it really wouldn't matter, because then you just have an extra little white strip on the side. which would just give it a different look to it. But that would be totally okay also. The thing about making cards is there's no wrong answer. You do it just how you want to, what you think looks good, colors that you want, patterns, shapes, all of it. You just personalize it. All right, so the only thing missing is the embellishments. And I forgot where I had put them, but I have all my embellishments here, and I kind of looked through them. I wasn't sure which ones to pick, and the ones that always, I put them in the front because that's the ones I was going to pick, that I just always go to are my brushed brass butterflies. So we're going to just take some of those out, and usually I have a take your pick tool, but I don't know where mine is right at this moment. So we're going to just put a couple butterflies on here because really there's nothing better than a butterfly. I like them quite a bit. So we're just going to randomly put those 3 on there. And here we go. The card is done. So you just open it up and there's a card you could send to your sister or your brother or to me. All right. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a great night. Bye.